Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? Yo, what up? Fair use, YouTube, Rumble, everybody, Twitch, everybody out this motherfucker. Fair use setup. Listen, man. This stream right here, we're gonna go through everything, B. We're gonna go through Diddy, Cassie, Tory Lane is pretty much cut and dry, B. It's we're really just the only question now is when the hell is Megan getting her ass locked up in another broad? That's the only question now. Shocking news. Shout out to what's her name? Candace Owens, B. Shout out to Candace Owens, man. She's top notch. She's been doing her thing for a long time. She's good at it. She's great at it. She's doing her thing. Shout out to Candace Owens on this as well. She had an interview with none other than Harvey Weinstein. It appears that the tides are turning. The pendulum is swinging back towards the men. And it looked like Harvey might be able to get a chance to do an appeal, man. Hopefully, we'll see what happens with him. All right, but right now, just to get warmed up, we're going to get into this Harvey Weinstein interview for a little bit. Then we're going to get into a lot of shit, bro. Once we get past Harvey and we get onto the Diddy shit. Oh my god! All right, man, let's get it cooking. Let's go. So, also, I want you guys to know this down here is because as we talk about the Diddy case, I want people to understand that these are the charges, bro. These are the charges. And for some reason, we're just hearing about Cassie's dossier of dick, if you will. We're not hearing, anything on how Diddy committed a crime. We haven't heard anything about a crime yet. We just been hearing about how they've been just fucking any and everybody. Cassie text messages on her enjoying the freak offs, and she's always ready for a freak off. And a bitch just likes to freak off, and she's hiring. Like, here's my thing: Cassie is also hiring these fucking guys, right? Not only is she participating in the nut busting, but she's also participating in the hiring and the paying. So, as in the words of Charleston White, she really should be a fucking co-defendant. All right. But shout out to Diddy, shout out to Tory Lanez. Let's see when these dudes are coming home, man. Harvey been incarcerated since 2020. Maintain his innocence and his silence. This is his first camera interview in 8 years. Candace Owens got it.
I just wanted to say that I'm not angry, but I'm angry at the system. My situation was transactional, looking back at it. And
And that's what I always said, not about Harvey, more so about the females of today in these situations. The same thing in the Diddy case. Everything was transactional, bro. You got Cassie, transactional. She wanted a career. She wanted fame and money and, everything that a woman wants. And she traded her dignity for that. She was with this guy 12 years, something like that, between 10 and 12 years. participated, arranged, set up, went through with, broke up, went back to, initiated again. These freak offs, aka orgies. She also have threatened somebody. They found text messages of her threatening somebody, threatening to kill somebody. Like what's up, man? Like, so the same way she left, the same way Cassie left when she got with Alex Fine, the same way Cassie left when she got with Diddy from Ryan Leslie, is the same way she could have been left Diddy. She chose not to leave. That was her decision. She wasn't fucking trapped. She wasn't afraid. She wasn't any of that. We got so much. I got so much evidence that I'm about to show you. We're going to run through this Harvey Weinstein shit real quick first.
I want to thank you, Candace, for giving me the opportunity to speak. I just want to say something very clearly. I believe women should be heard, but I'm wrongfully convicted. You know what I mean? And right now, I'm not convicted. I'm on a retrial. An appeal overturned my conviction, but justice demands a clear, honest look at each case, and I am here for fairness and the truth. You know what I mean? I made mistakes. There's no question about it. I hurt my family. I hurt my friends. I cheated on my wife, and that was a mistake, a terrible mistake. And I apologize to friends, family, and all the innocent people who inadvertently I hurt, and especially to the Messick family, Jill Messick and her family. But I did not commit these crimes. I swear that before God and the people watching now and on my family. I'm wrongfully accused. But justice has to know the difference between what is immoral and what is illegal.
Justice has to know the difference between what is immoral and what is illegal. I totally agree with that. You got to know the difference, man. That statue that they have, the justice, with the lady with the fucking blindfold holding the scales, right? First of all, we need to get rid of that bitch. Okay? We need to get rid of that bitch, bro. Because she is fucking everything up. She's put too many men in prison. She's this bitch will choose migrant fucking Trendagua MS-13 members over its fucking citizens. The justice system right now is fucking stupid. All right, that broad, they need to take this bitch down and put a dude up here. Because just looking at this bullshit, hold on, I didn't pull it up earlier. I gotta pull it up now. All right, just stupid shit here. Come on, man. This fucking thing, you need to get rid of it. All right, you need to get rid of this dumb shit here. Okay. The bitch is blind. Like, just look, how stupid is the imagery of this shit? First of all, you got a fucking broad, and she's blindfolded. She's got two scales and she's got the scales and she's got the fucking sword. Sword, like no, bro. This is fucking stupid. That's why a lot of shit is fucking wrong. Imagery means a lot. You need to get this dumb shit out of here. All right, shouldn't be a fucking chick anyway. It should be It should be something else, something better. All right. But it definitely needs to know the difference between what is immoral and what is illegal. We got Diddy up here. We're supposed to be seeing he's being tried for racketeering, sex trafficking by force, and transportation to engage in prostitution. We haven't heard any fucking thing. Not one thing. Not one thing that has anything to do with racketeering, right? The sex trafficking by force. First of all, that's his motherfucking girlfriend. Right? And I see that they keep trying to blur the lines with employee and girlfriend. You could listen here, that was his fucking girl. That was his girl. Who you got? Oh shit, stop. Who we got here? Terminator T. What up, Terminator? What's good, baby? You know, we need to see that she is a willing participant. Right? She will only leave. I got an interview that I'm gonna show you guys where she says, you know what I'm saying? She would rather stay with a dude that got motion than leave him. And she would rather leave a dude that she loves with all her heart than stay with him if you don't got no motion. That's what she said. I'm gonna show you in a little bit. Hold on.
People would say my complainants, you know what I mean? You know, okay, I'm getting emotional. Everyone deserves a fair trial. Media doesn't favor me, but thanks to you, Candace, there's a voice out there, and Joe Rogan, and uses every opportunity, the mainstream media, to discredit me. But I speak for innocent people. Justice has to matter. Evidence has to matter. I've lost everything. You know what I mean? I've lost everything a man can lose, but still the truth matters. I've been condemned of crimes I did not commit. I understand why people want someone to blame, but I am telling the truth. End of statement.
You know, this guy, right? I never looked into his case. I never looked into his case. It was just something that I just did not do. But one thing I do know for certain, just like in the Diddy situation, all those fucking broads who were involved want something from these men. It's not like the dude was just walking down the street snatching bitches. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he was doing that, just walking down the street and, hey, yo, bitch, come here. Nah, he wasn't doing that. These women came to him, to them. They came to them in search of something. Money, fame, power. That's what they came to these men in search of. And because you don't get it, you can't now turn around and say, oh, he did this to me, he did that to me. All them bitches knew when they went to this dude's office, they was like, yo, if you want a guaranteed part, you notice what these bitches said. If you want a guaranteed part, go fuck Harvey. He'll make sure you're in the movie. You know that's what it was like, especially back in those days. Come on. You want a guaranteed album? You want an album? You want to be famous? You want to be like fucking Total and all that? Go find Diddy. If he like you, he got you. And that's what they did. Even the men. Excuse me. Even the men. The motherfuckers aren't innocent. They all wanted something that this guy had. From the little rod motherfucker, from the fucking security, from all of those motherfuckers. They wanted something from him. When they couldn't get it, they got angry. And they felt like they wanted to exercise or participate in a vendetta. And this bandwagon that they had for both of these men was the vendetta that they participated in. And why is this? Because, I mean, society, people are so fucking stupid. If you don't say anything for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, and then now you come around and say something, but you don't say anything about jail. You want money. Yeah. You fucking, that's you selling yourself out, selling your dignity once again for monetary gain. You did it 10, 15, 20 years ago, and you're doing it again now. That's what you do. Oh, well, I couldn't get, I couldn't get a couple million from them, you know, back in the 90s or back in the early 2000s, but I could get it now. Like, one of the security guards had an issue with his son. His son went to Africa with another dude and shot some white dude in Africa. They got caught, and they've been in fucking Africa, in an African jail ever fucking since. Diddy did his part. He started some kind of movement, petition, a movement thing, whatever. He gave the dude some money, and like the dude just wanted more. He was mad about that. Allegedly, the bodyguard Gene Deal needed like 50 grand or something like that to pay off somebody for something. And he asked Diddy. Diddy told him no. And he was upset about that. Allegedly. I don't know. But this is what we're hearing. But one thing I do know, everybody who got something nasty to say about that motherfucker wanted something from him. They wanted something from him. And who was the gentleman that said this? I want to give him credit for saying it because he was right. Was it Charleston White? Well, this guy said, no, it wasn't Charleston White. It was a different guy. I think it was Ray Daniels. Is that his name? I think it was Ray Daniels. But, he said, listen, man, fucking Diddy's on the part where he turning over a leaf and he's giving people back their masters and everything is all about love. And yeah, Ray Daniels, that's the guy. And, he's saying all of this stuff. And it's like, he got with the Carisha chick and he gave her a show. And, and he's going to her fucking show, supporting her and doing all these great things. And Cassie was with this nigga for 11, 12 years and didn't get none of that shit. She just got to bust 1,000 nuts and to live great. Diddy gave her an allowance. He gave her a $3 million condo and a fucking Benz or some shit. And an allowance, so the bitch was good. He hooked her up with a couple. Now, let me ask you this. If everybody that I introduce you to, you fuck, why would I keep introducing you to niggas? Cassie has a bad habit of fucking people who her man introduces her to. Ryan Leslie introduced her to Diddy. Pergamy kicked in. She fucked Diddy. Diddy introduced her to what's the young fellow name, man? What's that? Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi wasn't a hypergamy move, which tells me she just has a bad habit of fucking people that that her man introduces her to. She's fucking Kid Cudi. He introduced her to Alabine in efforts to train her for her fucking, whatever the hell she wanted to get trained for, personal trainer. She starts fucking Alex Fire. She's one of those girls you can't introduce to your friends because she's gonna fuck one of your friends. That's that bitch. She's one of those chicks. You introduce her and y'all are hanging out. She's gonna fuck one of your friends, man. Their own behavior brings them grief. Facts. She can't stop it. Diddy was the best thing that happened to her. She, Alex Fine is not the right guy for her. She chose him after she done got thotted out, and now, she wanted a family. Diddy already had a family. He got like 6 kids or some shit like that. He already got a family. And who wants to have a family with a fucking whore? Who wants to have a family with a whore? Kim Porter wasn't like that. None of his other baby mothers are like that. Do you notice that? I tell you one thing, he knew who to have a baby by. He ain't have it by that bitch. Should have been put a baby up in that. But he didn't. You know why? Because that was his jump off. That was his concubine that got mad perks. She was, out of her own testimony, she had a bunch of UTIs all the time and sores in her mouth and all that. Why would you impregnate that? Why would you want that to be the mother of your kid? Letting niggas asking niggas to pissing them out. Like, why would you want that as a fucking wife? Like, this is a cool ride or die bitch. This is a chick that I got around. You know what I'm saying? She comes around and does this, and I got her around. This is my best bitch, right? You don't wife that or make or put a baby in it. Diddy's a lot of things, but he was smart on that. He said, I ain't getting this bitch pregnant. And the funny thing, this guy, this Alex Fine guy, like I said before, he was probably like, yo, man, this guy Diddy, man, his girl likes me, man. I'm gonna fucking take her. His girl likes me. You got his thought. That's what you got. So I got a question, right? If Cassie was so terrified of Diddy, why'd she move on with Alex Fine? I mean, she says Diddy was so jealous and angry. She was fucking Kid Cudi. That Diddy blew up his car. So all of a sudden he ain't jealous and he ain't blowing up shit no more. Nah, you weren't afraid of that nigga. She wasn't afraid of that nigga, man. That was her shit. That's what she did. That was her thing, man. Let me see. I know I got this motherfucker around here somewhere. That was her thing. This was the highlight of her life. If you ask her what was the highlight of her life, it's going to be Diddy. She was able to explore all of the freaky, nasty shit she knows she wouldn't be able to do without judgment. She lied on the stand. She said, yo, excuse me. She lied. She said, "Oh, Diddy introduced her to oral sex." So you're so open to these freak offs at such a young age. You're down for the freak offs. You mean to tell me he introduced you to oral sex? When you were 17, you were fucking Ryan Leslie. He's 10 years older than you. So you were the dude damn near 30 years old. And you mean to tell me he introduced you to oral sex? He ain't go down on you. You ain't go down on him. Nothing. You ain't kiss it or nothing. But you just so open to freak offs. I find that shit unbelievable. I don't believe that bullshit. This bitch was living the life, B. And you know what? If you were living a life, you know, they were saying that they would set the mood for they would set sexy moods. Was this what they were talking about? She loved all this shit. She loved this nigga. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part is Alex Fine got caught up in their relationship. Sometimes you get with a chick and y'all don't have a relationship. You're a third wheel in the relationship with her and her ex. Look at all these niggas they fuck. Well, she fucked. She wasn't sex trafficked. She used to set these up herself. She had every flavor, every shade of brown, tan, light tan, beige. She had every fucking shade of brown. Then she lies and says she got ard by Diddy. But then she goes back and had sex with the nigga again? Come on, man. You motherfuckers got to wake up. And I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem is all these fucking broads. All these broads are out here fighting for these fucking bitches to be right and fighting for the sisterhood. And these bitches ain't nothing good about them, bro. They're all whores, man. They're whores and liars. It's okay to be a whore and liar. The 16, 1700s, y'all were all whores and liars. Darius Erasmus came around and tried to give you fucking morals and education. And he said, let's offer them marriage as an alternative to prostitution. Because they used to look at prostitution as a necessary evil. Yeah. But they were just, just whores. So there was called humanism. Humanism came about. And this guy, Darius Erasmus, he said, yo, man, we're going to teach these bitches and we're going to give them husbands. You ever heard that saying, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife? That's where it came from, 16, 1700s. And we're going back there. History is repeating itself. But with the birth of feminism and laws that protect and say, believe all women, these bitches is extorting men. So I want to go shoot over to Hollywood Unlocked. Jason Lee just did a fucking video about 7 hours ago. It's already got 11, damn near 12,000 views, and we're gonna go check it out and see. Harvey Weinstein, we'll probably go over that last. This I'm really on the road, this Diddy shit. So let's go check old boy out real quick. And I gotta take this pot on the stove off. I'll be right back.
Diddy trial. It's on and popping. If you are not watching television and social media right now, you are missing a whole bunch of nothing. Sean Diddy, whole bunch of nothing. Whole bunch of nothing. There's nothing happening except for the fact that we're learning that he's a big old nasty freak, and she was doing a lot of freaky things. Now, this is where I'm confused. And Rob is our emotional coach, and she's our researcher. So between the three of us, we're going to break down what's happening in Did he do it or did he not? Sean Diddy Combs, sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy trial. That's what he's being accused of. Sex trafficking and racketeering is underway and display for all of us to see. The testimonies have been graphic, shocking, and just plain old nasty. From prosecutors and witnesses like Diddy's ex Cassie Cassandra Ventura, who's expecting baby number 3 with hubby Alex Fine, who used to be Diddy and Cassie's trainer that Diddy hired, who they said he was training Diddy first. His name is
that nigga do look a little sweet. Pause, not that. He do look like he got a little sugar in his tank. He do. He look like you know.
Alex Fine. Anyway, wow, I just said what I said. Well, anyway, there's a sex worker named Daniel Phillip who's entered the chat. Now, he's testifying that Diddy allegedly directed him to sexually engage with Cassie, including role-playing scenarios and specific sex acts like urination. He also alleged that Diddy would offer drugs, which he declined. Now, Daniel has also alleged that Diddy paid him thousands of dollars for the sex sessions, but sometimes wouldn't give him a dime if he couldn't perform up to Diddy's standards. Like when he couldn't get an erection after watching Diddy allegedly beat Cassie. In one alleged incident, Daniel said Cassie asked him to urinate on her and in her mouth. Let me show you what Daniel...
Cassie asked the male prostitute to piss in her mouth. And she, according to old boy, the guy that was on the stand, he said she asked him if this was his first time doing it because he wasn't doing it right. You don't just unleash the whole load and drown her in your piss. You just dribble a little bit at a time. You know, you just open and close, open and close, open and close, open. Like, turn the valve, open the valve and then close it, open it and close it. You know, that's how you got to do it. That's how she likes it. This bitch is a fucking nasty freak, bro. Oh, this is a nasty freak. That's why, no, man. Did he do exactly what he was doing? How is he going to make that a fucking wife or a kid, bro? I mean, put a kid in her. Answer me that. How do you, like, yo, you just, like, nah. We're good where we're at. You want to go to San Tropez or some shit? You know, my birthday's coming up. You know, we can have a couple freak offs and shit during the week and all that. Yeah, take our mind off of that marriage shit or that baby shit. Yeah, this broad was just fucking jealous and angry, bro. She probably don't even like that nigga Alex Fine, bro. But she knows that if she ain't snatched somebody up right now, she will never get snatched up. Because when this shit came out, she ain't gonna never get married and have kids. Who gonna marry that? If she would not have snatched up Alex Fine, her beauty and her innocence only lasted but so long, kid. She had a timeline on that shit. She snatched this nigga up. And he's a glutton for punishment, man. He's on the old download. That motherfucker was supposed to leave her ass in the courtroom and send her some divorce papers and take the kids. Yeah, that's what he was supposed to do. And take alimony. That's what he was supposed to do. But he decided to stay with this girl, and all these bitches like, yeah, Alex Ryan is a true definition of a husband. Nah, no, he not, bitch. No, he not. True definition of a sucker. He's 26. You think he's going to, when that mother in 10, 15 years, you think he's going to still feel the same way? When he gets grown, you think he's going to feel the same way? He's still a kid, man. He's 25, 26. He's still a kid. He don't know shit that the 40-year-olds know, B. And they know when you get at our age, you're going to look across at that bitch and be like, yeah, that's you, kid. That's all you. It's all you.
Philip had to say about Cassie. He said, so Cassie was actually the one that asked me to urinate on her. They had just come out of the room and she asked me if I had ever done that before. And I said no. And she told me to do it. And apparently I was doing it wrong because they both stopped me and told me that I was supposed to let a little out at a time and not go full, like, take a leak on her. I have to stop here by saying that I'm into a lot of things. I am open-minded. I am flexible, not in that way. I am down to try some stuff. I'm drawing the line at getting peed or crapped on. Oh. What is sexy about being urinated on? I'm sure you've been urinated on.
Oh my God.
Rob.
No. Have you?
No.
Rob.
No.
The notes are so
Hold
long.
on.
Rob, it's
Rob,
a safe space.
Rob, nobody's listening. Go.
No. I will never lay in a bed that has urine that is urine soaked.
Have you been in a shower and been urinated on?
Possibly.
I know my friend.
Not like, listen, we're not going to talk about my sexcapades here, but I would never let pee come
about
near
being urinated on.
I don't. I think it's maybe like a dominance thing. Some people may like to be dominated that way. I think it might be like a humiliation, like control thing. I don't know. I'm not a person who likes to get peed on or pee on people. That is not my thing.
Have you been peed on?
No.
Marina.
I pee on my own feet when I'm in the shower, but that's it.
But I mean, I think everybody kind of pees when they're in the shower. I look, I don't want to sex him because there's a lot of you big old freaks out there watching right now who are like, oh, I want to get peed on. You know, look, there used to be, Anyway, I'm not gonna go there. I don't hear anything illegal in that first answer though. You hire somebody. You give them gifts. Maybe that's prostitution, whatever. But like, I don't hear racketeering or conspiracy. Well, Daniel alleged that Diddy was masturbating as he urinated on Cassie, claiming he was always sitting in the corner masturbating his little thing. And occasionally he would tell me to step off and back off because he was going to get some. And I would be sitting in the...
No racketeering, no sex trafficking by force. Transportation to engage in prostitution. Honestly, they may be able to get Diddy on that. And what sentence does transportation to engage in prostitution? Up to 5 years. Penalties for transporting someone to engage in prostitution can be severe, but with sentences ranging from fines and imprisonment up to 5 years. The specific sentence depends on the circumstances, including whether the person transported is a minor and the intent of transportation. So the most they could get Diddy on, the most he'll do on number 3 is 3 years. 3 years. He'll get off, you get one third off for good time. No, I think every every year. Oh no, this is fast. So you gotta do 100%. Oh shit. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, you do 85%. Okay. So he'll do 4 years and 3 months. Damn. 15% is kind of crazy. All right. So the most they'll get him for is 4 years, man. And he's been in there for 4 years, 3 months. He's been in there over 6 months already. So he'll do another 4 years, and then he'll be back out. So that's not what they want. They don't want to give him a little 4 years. That's not enough. You took it to the feds to only give a motherfucker 4 years? That's whack. That's weak as hell. That's weak as hell. That's lame. So they don't want to get him that. They don't want to give him that. They want to go for that. What's the other shit? They want to go for that racketeering and sex trafficking by force. But you can't even get. There's nothing in here saying racketeering, buddy. There's nothing in here racketeering about this case. The only thing you get him is on the transportation to engage in prostitution, and I think that would be if he hired them and they came to a location, right? But if they're trying to get him for doing that to victim one, your whole case is you might as well let him out tonight. It's $950. You might as well let him out right now. If you trying to get him on what was it? Transportation to engage in prostitution. You might as well let that nigga out now, kid. For Cassie, nah. The force is for number 2 was for Cassie. Sex trafficking by force. You get that out the window. That ain't there. We don't believe he forced her to do that shit at all, kid. Racketeering, I haven't heard anything about racketeering. There's only one person. RICO requires at least 2 people to be charged and prosecuted. So your racketeering is out the window. It says it right here. Like this is your law. Stated above, individuals or a group of people with racketeering when they didn't actually commit the crime themselves, severe penalties, illegal activity acts that benefit a criminal organization. So how did freak offs benefit Diddy's organization? It didn't. How? It didn't. It didn't bring in any money. It didn't do anything, bro. They were just busting nuts. So your RICO is trash.
This motherfucker is garbage.
Your RICO is trash. Your sex trafficking by force is trash. The only thing you might, possibly, could, maybe, is transportation to engage in prostitution. 5 years. So you wasted all this time, all this money, all this effort, all these resources to get a guy 5 years. Who do you think he gonna sue first? He about to pull a OJ. Who do you think he gonna sue first? He about to pull a what's the nigga name? Young Thug. Who's he about to pull first? Sue first. I would sue Cassie. I would sue her for my 9 albums. I don't even want the albums, bitch. Give me the money. He had cut her a check for $20 million, right? We all thought it was 30. No, it was 20. $20 million. The Continental Hotel cut her a check for $10 million. This bullshit case that you pulled up, Cassie, cost me $800 million, bitch. All of my sponsors, all of my future projects, my fucking mansions, my everything. I'm suing Cassie. I'm suing Tubi. I'm suing the motherfucker who made the movie, the Surviving Diddy shit. I'm suing all the other fuckers. And I'm suing the feds. Because you didn't build up a strong enough case before you came in, you destroyed my life. You were wrong. You held me. You said, oh, this, you compared it to a mafia case. Y'all let mobsters off. This dude who was fucking the young boys from Abercrombie and Fitch, you gave that nigga bail. So it's gonna be a lot of money for exchange of hands to go back to this nigga. And I don't think they want to swallow that fucking nut. I don't think they want to swallow that. I don't think they want to take a L that fucking long, kid. But they might have to. They might have to. You might have to take it.
The corner watching. He also said that Diddy would complain about a lack of baby oil during sex. Now, reportedly, as Daniel testified, Diddy's 3 oldest daughters left the courtroom. Let me just set the scene. His kids and family, mom, and everybody is sitting in the courtroom as people were talking about how they got peed on. Despite Daniel's claims, Cassie later detested the urination acts, testifying, "I didn't want it. It was disgusting. It was too much. I choked. No one could think I wanted it. It was obvious I didn't want to be on the ground being urinated on by 2 men." Now, she alleged that she was often peed on by sex workers and even Diddy, both unwanted experiences. Now, reacting to the claims about Cassie and
Yo, how the fuck can you even, how could you even, how the hell could you even, like, Man, you can't be with no bitch that you just pissed on and other niggas piss on. I can't love you like that. I can't love a nah, man. That shit don't go hand in hand. All right, we're gonna go hit up this right quick. Nah.
Knowingly, intentionally participated in whatever activities that they went on. You heard what that man said. Diddy didn't ask her to pee in the mouth. She asked for that man to pee in her mouth. That's the white side. That's a white side in her.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a white side. I don't know too many black people gonna let you piss in their mouth. You gotta do that by accident. And I don't know how a nigga pee with a hard anyway. Nigga rock hard, you got to pee. You lying to me? Oh man, these nigga minds.
That's it.
That's it. Pee later, but it ain't peeing hard.
So what is your take on how much accountability Cassie should if she involved in
Women
events?
always get to escape accountability. Play the victim. When the get tired of prostituting, she get mad at the pimp. She holler, I've been sex trafficked.
Jules.
Yeah. You done had plenty of time to get away, to say, I don't want to freak no more, did it? Especially when your mouth was full of them souls you say you would get. You could eat it, tap, hey, time out, I don't do this no more. My throat is full of sore. My itching. You know what I'm saying? She could have been blew the whistle. Flag on the play, nigga. I done caught my 5th UTI.
Damn.
Yeah, nah, man. So she could have been blew the whistle, man. Yeah, free Diddy. They're trying to bring down a perverted black man with money. He ain't done nothing wrong. And ain't nobody said he done took some. Nobody. Ain't nobody came out and said, I was forced to do this.
Now, Charleston White 100% right on that. And I want to go show you this right quick. This damn, oh yeah. Oh my guy. Yo, what up, bro? Some of these women, yeah, they want the authority of a man, the benefits of a woman, and the accountability of a job. That's a big fucking fact. That's a big fact. In this right here, this bitch don't sound like we're gonna go to 30 seconds. Listen to this shit here. Listen to what she say.
I think that's a great way to start off. Loving a loser. We've all been there. I feel like
We've all been there.
As women, unfortunately, we've all been there. It's something that we're probably all have to go through. But for you,
yeah, just like men got to go through. Every man got to go through is through a couple thought bitches.
What is that process like, loving a loser and getting out of that?
Well, when I wrote this song, the lyrics are, I'd rather lose a lover than to love a loser. So I'd rather lose like the love of my life than to love a guy that's just whack. And I think
she'd rather lose the love of her life than to love a guy that's whack. Think about that. She'd rather lose the love of her life than to love a guy that's whack. That's a mindset.
The experience of getting over it is usually pretty quick and easy if you really don't think that he's right for you anyway. Just keep it moving.
It's not that easy.
It's not always that easy.
Right.
But like if you were paying for everything for him, or you were taking care of him, or he just didn't have any drive, or
he's not stepping up.
You have to think about those things.
If he's broke. If he's broke, then she leaves. You heard it from the bitch mouth herself. So when they ask her how come, it's not easy to leave, that no. Yes, it is. This bitch even said it was. You could be the love of her life, but if you broke or whack or broke, she's leaving. So that's why she left Ryan Leslie. Ryan Leslie, 10 years older than her. She was fucking with him since she was 17. Right? She saw Diddy. Oh, this nigga's the boss. So she started fucking Diddy. Right? Lying to Ryan. That's crazy. Lying to Ryan about where she was going and what they were doing, but she was going over there. Diddy started fucking her. Then she broke up with him, with Ryan. But this broad right here, we're gonna play it again. You're gonna hear exactly what the fuck
Things like in your future. Trying that easy. I'd lose a lot. Well, when I wrote this song, the lyrics are, I'd rather lose a lover than to love a loser. So I'd rather lose like the love of my life than to love a guy that's just whack. And
You heard it again.
I think the experience of getting over it is usually pretty quick and easy if you
She got over Ryan Leslie real quick and easy, didn't she?
really don't think that he's right for you anyway. Just keep it moving.
It's not always that easy.
It's not always that easy.
Right.
But like if you were paying for everything for him, or you were taking care of him, or he just didn't have any drive, or
he's not stepping.
If he was broke. If you could finance her dream lifestyle, then you could do whatever to her. And that is proven in these girls who go to Dubai and get the fucking Dubai toilet, the Dubai porter potty toilet shit. Yeah, you do whatever. A lot of them will, you could cheat. She could find out that you were cheating. A lot of women will say, well, if I don't know about it, then all right, Yeah, like nah, man. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. Morals are men regard morals differently than women do. You understand? That's how we are not the same. Everybody wants to be equal. We're not equal. My man right here, my man, Salute the Veteran, he said they want the authority of a man, the benefits of a woman, and the accountability of a child. That shit is so true. They're actually jealous of you. Right? They want your position. They want when the man walks into a room and other men look at him a certain way, that's what they want. You ever notice that everything a man does, they want to do? You ever notice that? Men drive trucks. Oh, well, I want to drive trucks too. Men play sports. I want to play sports too. Men go to the military. I want to go to the military too. Men piss standing up. We want to piss standing up too. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why don't you master being a fucking woman? Why you want to fucking do everything a goddamn man do? The fucking bullshit.
he's not stepping up. You have to think about those things like in your future. I think that's
So yeah, man, this bitch is full of shit. All right. And everything is coming out within these each time they go to fucking every time they go to that courtroom and they ask this bitch a question. More and more and more is coming out. And I think, honestly, they're still stalling to try to get more shit on this dude because they don't have nothing on him, man. He even set out, I'll give you motherfuckers $50 million. I'll surrender my passport. I'll be on a fucking ankle monitor. I'll do all of this shit. You could have I'll pay for the guard at the door and I'll have a fucking sign-in log and no social media. And you cock-sucking sons of bitches told that motherfucker no. Y'all ain't shit.
And if I fly somebody in and I pay them, how that's against the federal law? How? Some of us get in their cars and drive across state lines to go get that, and man, I give you something. When the broad say, fly me out, you got to pay for this, you got to pay for that. She's sex working. It's called pre-sex working. This is how you court in America. How can the federal government come and say you can't court the bitch like this no more when you got money? This how.
That's the Mann Act, man. They did that shit because of what was it, Jack Johnson. If you guys don't know about Jack Johnson, he was a boxer that was knocking everybody the fuck out. And Jack Johnson, the only way they could catch that motherfucker, Jack Johnson went to some brothel, real upscale brothel, right? And they ain't allow blacks in there, right? He was able to talk to his promoter or whatever. His promoter did something, they let him go into the side door. After about a week, Jack Johnson took 9 of they bitches. Listen to me. After about a week, Jack Johnson took 9 of their bitches. And he was just going all over with these bras, fucking these bras, and they loved it, and going from different fucking cities. And so to catch up, they started that fucking law, the Mann Act. And that's how they were getting niggas. Yeah. That's exactly how it happened. The Mann Act.
Rich niggas get flying hoes in to get his just like shipping fresh meat in. Mama want to catch the lobster fresh off the motherfucking ship out there. Nigga don't want frozen lobster. So that's what we got. Nigga want them some fresh meat and flying it in.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Before they wrong in the.
So it was reported they regularly use 2 or 3 escorts. So my question to you is, what do you think kept those men quiet all those years?
Nigga, they got Cassie. You be quiet if you got Cassie.
Yeah,
he said nothing either, nigga. Yeah, nigga. He's standing in the corner watching the nigga. So that's what keep him quiet. Nigga want to go back and in.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact.
And they in a DM. Cause yeah, nigga, hell nah, that in the money. Man, $6,000. The nigga say he got. You get to come and have, man, you know how many niggas I know would do that? You know how many done that? That's why everybody's silent, not just the sex workers. That's why all the celebrities who've been at these parties, everybody's silent. Nigga, isn't that strange?
Oh, shit. Damn, I thought I had it on it. My bad.
Yes, everybody had an opinion about R. Kelly. Nigga, everybody been to these parties. Isn't it strange that everybody's silent? Not just the sex worker. And the only person talking is Cassie. Yeah. They playing on us. Diddy is an innocent man. It's the line on, and she got to come and get some money.
Yeah.
She cheated.
So do you think Cassie enjoyed doing freak off, or she just was just doing it to survive?
She come, didn't she? No, man. Man, she was. You can't. Man, she wasn't surviving, nigga. She was having fun. I think there's an excerpt in the book of one of Kim Porter's friends that said that nigga, she used to be with Diddy, antagonizing Kim Porter when Diddy used to kick Kim in her ass. So now, homie, any man, now, homie,
I want you to hear this one. This is from a really good content crew. And I want you to hear this story of Diddy. Right, check this shit out, man. This is from Ashley Says So. Let me give it a light.
On November the 4th, 1969 in Harlem, New York. His mother's name is Janice Combs and his father's name was Melvin Earl Combs. And gossip claims that Janice and Melvin were two kids from the ghetto who dreamed of an easy life full of fine things. Now, Melvin started off by going to the military, but when he came back home, allegedly, he decided to sell drugs. Now, the room with them, especially Frank with his. And by the year 1971, he was doing so well where he wasn't bringing in money like Nicky Barnes and Frank Lucas, but he definitely was able to come in the room with them, especially Frank Lucas. He was actually rumored to be a very close associate to Frank Lucas. But sadly, by the year 1972, Melvin Earl Combs was murdered. Now, most people believe that Melvin was murdered because he was a snitch. But some people who are allegedly in the know of the real reason said that Melvin was actually murdered for messing with somebody else's woman. Now that's a bombshell already, but what makes
So allegedly Melvin's mom, Diddy's mom, found out that Melvin was fucking some broad and he wouldn't stop. So she found out where he was and she had the man's number. Called him and told him, yeah, my husband's over at your wife's house right now, or they're wherever. And she thought he was going to just go over there and bust his ass and shit, but nigga went over there and capped him. So allegedly, she was the cause of Diddy not having his pops. All right. Then Diddy ended up going to a Catholic school and back in the 80s. And he was well liked by a lot of the priests. And shit like that. And he was on, certain teams and, everybody really, really liked him. He graduated, I think it was in 87. In 88, they had a big scandal, that school he went to, where the priests was molesting the little boys. So, Diddy's background got a lot of shit too. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, a lot of people just want to blame niggas and shit, but he went through some trauma too. You know what I mean? You give bitches a pass for their trauma. Now I want to see what Anton and them, because there's a bunch of broads up here, pretty much know how this shit gonna turn out with these bitches. All right, the one with the afro, yep. Let's see here. All right, what's this? Tasha Carson, okay. Jess, Dalen, Izzy, all these bitches is against Diddy. Let's see.
The problem. Let's not forget that she also has the only reason, even though she was subpoenaed, she has immunity. The only reason that we're having this conversation right now, the only reason we having this conversation right now is because she had a pretty face and she had a skinny waist. That's it.
No, that's not true.
No. That's 100%.
No, we're
true.
having this conversation.
Listen, hold on. She was the Bonnie to his Clyde. She was the Bonnie to his Clyde that got out just in time to then press charge, to use her leverage against him in order to make sure that she made herself seem like the victim. She was threatening motherfuckers to kill them. Sure. She threatened people to kill them.
Really?
If they talked or if they released any video that had anything to do with her. That's crazy. Y'all sitting here acting like this girl.
So she made a threat to.
It was one person.
Image.
No,
she made a threat.
Listen. I was talking to people that was in the courtroom.
Right.
I'm not telling you hearsay. I'm not going off of no gossip blogs. I'm going off of people that told.
You know who actually has a lot of good fucking insight on it that sits in the damn courtroom? Fucking Myron. Y'all know I hate Myron. After that shit he said about black people, y'all know I fucking hate that guy, bro. But in this particular case, He's got a lot of insight and everything, but he's still, you know, he's still a fucking dickhead asshole. All right. Where's it at? That motherfucker irritates me, man. All right, let me see here.
Testifying. She testifies saying, oh, it happened in August. But then the defense attorneys are like, well, you said that it happened in September. This is kind of off. And then what the defense attorneys did, excuse me, the government did when they came back on redirect was they said, did you read any of the documents prepared by the government before today? No, I didn't. Did you have the ability to correct agents or prosecutors on their documents before today? No. Are you aware of anything that they prepared? No. So that kind of saves her because she can say, look, it's a month discrepancy. It's not that big.
The fuck? Come on, man.
Testifying. She testifies saying, oh, it happened in August. But then the defense attorneys are like, well, you said that it happened in September. This is kind of off. And then what the defense attorneys did, excuse me, the government did when they came back on redirect was they said, did you read any of the documents prepared by the government before today? No, I didn't. Did you have the ability to correct agents or prosecutors on their documents before today? No. Are you aware of anything that they prepared? No. So that kind of saves her because she can say, look, it's a month discrepancy. It's not that big of a deal. And you didn't even see the documents beforehand, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not like a crazy overt lie. It's just a month discrepancy, right? Now, the defense went further with that, though. They said, okay, you lied about this. And then they went into the, because they just built on that, right? They knew that the 1 month discrepancy wasn't going to be that big of a deal. But then they built on that. Okay, so why are you texting Diddy heart emojis? Why are you guys communicating? Why did you guys go meet at a party after? Why do you guys continue to communicate after that? Why did you go to hang out with them on September 27th? Right, 2025. This is someone that allegedly, 2018. September 27, 2018.
I want a clarification on this. I never got it for the tweets, nor anyone who spoke about it.
They're communicating for a month plus on text and seeing each other. And they're like, this is someone that this doesn't make sense. And then you had sex with Diddy.
Okay, so
that's where they got her.
So part of that clarification, even like right after supposedly this sexual assault, she then goes to she then starts dating Alex Fine, but still does freak offs with Diddy and fucks him. He
was with him since 2018, bro.
Okay, so there was a part where they argued with the judge. This was Mark Agnifilio, and he said, yo, listen, we're going to use possibly Alex Fine as an impeachment witness. So we need him to be outside.
All right, hold on. Let me do another one. Because that one was giving me a problem. I'm really glad that they're exposing Shorty, man. I really am.
It happened in August. But then the defense attorneys are you aware of anything that they prepared? No. So that kind of saves her because she can say, look, it's a month discrepancy. It's not that big of a deal. And you didn't even see the documents before. Now, the defense went further with that, though. Because they just built on. Okay, so after. Why do you guys continue to communicate after that? Why did you go to hang out with them on September 27th, right? 2025. This is someone that allegedly, 2018. September 27, 2018.
I want a clarification on this. I never got it for the tweets, nor anyone who spoke about it.
They're communicating for a month plus on text and seeing each other. And they're like, this is someone that this doesn't make sense. And then you had sex with Diddy.
Okay, so
that's where they got her.
So part of that clarification, even like right after supposedly this sexual assault, she then goes to she then starts dating Alex Fine, but still does freak offs with Diddy and fucks him. She
was with him since 2018, bro.
Okay, so there was a part where they argued with the judge. This was Mark Agnifilio, and he said, yo, listen, we're going to use possibly Alex Fine as an impeachment witness. So we need him to be outside the courtroom when we start talking about certain things that overlap.
It was the rape.
Did he step out?
Yeah, he wasn't in there.
Oh, okay.
When they talked about they got him out of there.
Yeah, because I was wondering, because
they argued about that for like a day, bro.
Yeah, in that thing, She admits she cheated on her current husband
Yes, bro.
with Diddy.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, I think that was effective for the defense.
I wish I wasn't in the
because
main
she
courtroom.
was free.
Bro, I wasn't in the main courtroom for that, but I'll tell you this, when I was in the fucking overflow room, everyone was like, oh shit. Even I said cooked when she said that. Because the defense attorney was like, when you met with Diddy, is it not true that you had sex with him on that day? Yes, I did. Okay, is it not true that your boyfriend, who is now your husband, FaceTimed you and you declined the call? Yes, I did.
Damn.
Oh, cooked, bro.
You dirty, rotten bitch. Yo, I'm telling you, man. Y'all looking at this broad like she's fucking, you know, super duper innocent and sweet, man. That broad is not, bro. That was the dude for her. That was who she wanted. That was who she wanted. She said in one of the texts, I don't want to just be your girlfriend. I don't want to just be your girlfriend. So you don't want to just be my girlfriend anymore? Or you think we're gonna get married or some shit? Is that what you're looking for? That shit ain't happening. Where is the shit at? God damn it, man. That shit ain't happening. He knew exactly what he was doing with her, B. Keep her ass at bay.
And that looks so bad because remember, they started with, you said you got on this month, but it was really this month. Then it was, why are you communicating with, and they showed the text messages. She sent heart emojis and shit, and oh yeah, I miss you. And then they set up to meet up in person, all this other shit. They walked line by line from all the way to the consensual sex. Made her look terrible, bro.
What was the demeanor of the defense attorney, Diddy's attorney, Estavio, when she says that? Given first day, I thought she was on bullshit because she really was like, I hate to use this term, but she was giving Cassie the noose to hit herself with. First day, and I remember seeing that, I said, this sounds goofy. She says to Cassie, oh wow, you're pretty. Like she gives her a compliment.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yo, Diddy, you got another lesbian on the team. You got to get her the fuck out of here. This is game time. This bitch is over here trying to eat some pussy too. What the hell? But come to find out, she know I'm for real because I'm like, yo, ain't no way.
Because I wrote that shit
Ain't no
down.
way I hired this bitch and she talking about you look cute. If I'm Diddy, I'm be like, yo, I freak off with Cassie. Not you, bitch. You're my lawyer. But she used all of that. And now I get to realize she buttered her up. She got her comfortable, right?
Yeah.
So she was giving her compliments like, damn, you're a pretty girl, blah, 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 blah. Which, again, this is exactly why I think they brought in a woman to do the cross instead of a dude. If it's Donaldson, first of all, he fumbled on the sex worker, so whatever.
Yeah.
If it's Brian Steele's a bulldog. You bring him in to go get the shit. You got a snitch. He's gonna turn that snitch into an idiot.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So when that happened, how'd you judge her demeanor from day 1 to day 3? Where day 3, she's basically just saying, "Come on now, girl. You know what happened. You said he raped you, but you were freaking off with him still. You were cheating on your husband with him.
Yeah.
You were texting A, B, and C. How was her demeanor in how she like laid that out? Because it looks slick, even through tweets.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, when you're cross-examining someone that long, it took them like a day and they got like a full day and a half. You know, you got to build a rapport because the thing is so it's interesting because even the way they were dressed revealed the antagonist.
Yeah, man, I'm about to wrap this one up real quick. This is a little short one. Yeah, man, Shorty's she's not going to come out clean on this one, man. All right, this is what they're supposed to be exposing old boy for, and they are doing a horrible job, right? If they catch him on this transportation to engage in prostitution, that has a max sentence of 5 years. Racketeering, you need at least 2 people, right? And you need to be able to show how what you were doing benefited the company, right? Those orgies didn't do anything to benefit the company, right? That's out. Sex trafficking by force, that's out. Why is sex trafficking by force out? Well, these text messages. I'm always ready for a freak off or this, that, and third. Yeah, like no. We're not believing that shit now. You know, You can't say, "Oh, I'm always ready for a freak off," and expect. Hey, look at it. This shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy. You can't be saying that shit and then expect us to be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, nah, she was forced." Nah. She was not forced, kid. Damn, I had it. Where is it? Bumba Clyde. Let me see. So if anything, man, they wasted all of these resources, all of this time to be like, all right, man, we're gonna get him on 5 years, and he'll do 4 years and 3 months. He's got way more than 3 months now. He'll do about 4 joints, and then that's it. It was horrible. Piss poor job, as they used to say. Piss poor job. Damn, it's not there. All right, guys, yo, I'm about to wrap this up, man. I will holler at y'all in a little bit. All right. Thanks for joining in. And I'm gonna talk to you in a little bit. Bye.